Alrighty then.
Alrighty then.
Alright. Oh, that's right. The Big Ten tournament's allowing fans in the stands. Fans in the stands, clapping their hands. Let's go score, score, score.
We're going to silence that.
Yeah, every 10 seconds. Do. Okay, ESPN. Alright, the tablet is silent.
Here we go. Money talks.
That's right.
Here comes the money. Money, money. That's how we should have started this show this week.
Yes. Yeah, with all the gambling references.
No, well, also who won?
Oh yeah, Kyle Larson.
Young Money. The name of this episode, Young Money.
When the Pistons suck.
There is nothing new there, buddy.
Oh, I know that. Got a little Pop-Tart here, a little snack.
Well, it'd probably help if I shared it to other places other than Twitter. What up, Patrick? How you doing?
Oh yes, the chat. YouTube. I jumped in the bathtub to get all clean. And had a film. Wash my hair, do. Wash my hair.
Don't you start that bullshit.
I'm singing nursery rhymes.
I know. Stop it.
It's fun. Guess what tomorrow is?
Friday.
Well, besides that.
Logan's birthday.
That good answer, AJ. You get brownie points for that.
Brownies?
Hell yeah, brownies.
Oh. Let me take a sip.
Did you watch the South Park episode last night?
No, I heard it was pretty good, though.
I heard it was hilarious. I have it recorded. I was going back and forth between AEW and some 2K basketball.
How about that turn there at the end?
Oh, yeah. I like it.
I've been watching Rick and Morty for the first time.
Oh, nice.
All right.
Yeah, I like what AEW is doing, so.
Ready to roll?
Yeah, let's go.
Roll an intro.
Gentlemen, start your engines! I guess I'm out of control.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 93 of the Loose Lugs podcast. I'm your host, AJ, and with me, as always, is my co-host of Tomorrow, a 2-year-old, Ryan. What's going on, Ryan?
What's up, AJ? Yes, the big day is here. Logan turns 2.
Logan turns 2. As I cut the audio short there, sorry about that.
Exactly. Yeah, number 2. So I'm getting out of work a little bit early tomorrow. We're gonna go out to dinner and just hang out around the house. Saturday we're going over to my aunt's house. It's Logan and my grandma's 93rd, 94th birthday, I think it is. It's 90-something. How's that?
It's round number. Good round number.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna go over to my aunt's house, have a barbecue, eat some good food. Eat some cake, all the good stuff. Logan's going to get spoiled again, which
as
is
always.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah,
but my
not
mom
bad.
called. Yeah, my mom called just before we got on this the episode, and yeah, she got like 2 cakes and cupcakes. I'm like, Mom, there's not going to be 100 people there. I know. I'm like,
It's like
that's
the
all right, Mom.
Italian dinners we have, where we have like
Hey,
endless food, and then everyone's like, "Oh, there's so much food left." Like,
well, speaking of endless food, man, you guys grilling on Sunday for the race, man? We have to come down there soon.
oh yeah, I'm getting that smoker I've got's getting some serious work in these last couple months. Already planning, maybe not for the rest of this month or next month, but I think Memorial Day weekend I'm for sure gonna be using it. Yeah. Good.
Nice for the Indy 500 and the Coke
Oh
600 and
yeah,
all that.
that's the whole reasoning behind it.
Heck yeah.
Um, no, but it's been pretty good. It's did some watching a race this weekend as always. Watched that AEW Revolution Sunday night. My first pay
As I
per view
did.
I've watched in 2 years of any. No, because I watched it'd be about 2 years because I watched Double or Nothing when it first started, and that was about it for pay per views after that.
Yeah,
So
that was the first AEW pay-per-view I got. I must say, enjoyed all the matches. Obviously, the ending has been talked about all over the wrestling world. But AEW, as of last night, is taking the ball and running with this. What happened last night at the pay-per-view, or excuse me, on Sunday at the pay-per-view? I gave the pay-per-view a solid B, close to a B plus. Like I said, some great matches. A very entertaining wrestling show is what I'm going to say. How's that? A very entertaining show.
yeah, it was pretty good. I was entertained the whole night. Yeah, it was really good.
And I do like the fact, I told Tony this last night. I don't know if Tony's in our chat just as of yet. That AEW, I like that. They're using their talent. They're using their roster. Like, WWE, yes, they've been around for God knows how long, but, they don't use all their talent on pay-per-views. AEW is doing that, like that Tag Team Casino Battle Royal. I enjoyed that match. I possibly was my match of the night. Just the great finishes, the good spots, and you see these teams that are up and coming. I loved it.
Yeah, it was pretty good to watch. Might be noticing if you're watching the live stream, we're a little bit later tonight. Got hung up at work tonight, so we're on at our usual scheduled time of 8:00. We've been doing it earlier the last couple weeks. And with that being said, apparently I forgot how to do a sound check, so I hope we sound good. I hope we're coming in crystal clear.
Patrick, how do we sound?
My bad on that. I just realized that as we're talking here that I forgot to do that this week. So we're rolling.
We're winging. We're winging it, is what you like to say. But yeah, Saturday we hung out with my mother. She watched Logan for a little while the wife and we got our taxes done. We went to a professional to get them done.
Oh,
So which was
fun.
which was nice. But prior to that, going to the taxes, we went to a restaurant called Famous Burgers.
Were they famous?
Incredible. Oh, heck yeah, it was incredible. I
Get a
would
sponsorship,
recommend it.
Ryan.
Yes, thank you. Good plug right now. Next thing you know, they're going to add a chicane. But anyway,
and some turtles.
that's right, chicane and turtles. But we went there. We went there for dinner, and I definitely enjoyed it. I definitely recommend if viewers, listeners have ever heard of a Famous Burger, give it a shout out. Awesome meal.
Good to hear. Did you see that Cookout's sponsoring the Southern 500 again?
I did that.
Yeah, pretty sweet. So random banter going off here. I was about to bring up something and I completely forgot. Oh yeah, did you catch the Dale Jr. download yet this week?
I have not. I have yet to listen to it.
They had Todd Parrott on, and man, Todd Parrott is emotional throughout it. It's
really?
It's a really good listen. I like learning about the stuff that happened like before I was born, and like before I was born up until like right until I started really understanding racing and all that.
I guess you were born in what, 90 what?
96?
Yeah. Oh
So,
yeah.
I was basically born into Todd Parrott and the dominance that Yates used to have at the super
Oh,
speedways
yeah.
and all that. So it was cool hearing some stories about all that and the things that they used to do to get an enhancement on the car, like, you know, bending the rules a little bit and the lengths they would go in order to do that. It's a really good listen, man. If you haven't checked it out yet, make sure you check it out.
I definitely will. My favorite Dale Jr. download, still, I love the Kenny Schrader episode.
The Kenny Schrader one was good. I like last week's with Dr. Jerry Punch. That one was pretty good. I love the guests they have on it, and it's the whole reason why I'm continuing to listen to it as much as I have. It's just the guests have been outstanding, and the way that, you know, Dale Jr. and Mike Davis, they present the questions and all that and dive deep into it. It's really good. The way it rolls is pretty good.
I did like they had the coach Jerry Glanville on there too.
Yeah, that one was a good episode too. I didn't realize how close he was to Senior.
Yeah, I never knew that either until, because everybody, you hear Jerry Glanville, you're thinking NFL, everything like that. Former coach of the Falcons, but yeah, he loved him some NASCAR, man.
And even competed himself. Like,
yes, he did.
It was cool. It was really cool. Anything else happened this weekend, Ryan? Anything else entertaining?
Not particularly, just the normal weekend around the Roncola household, but yeah.
Some chicanes thrown in there?
We had to dodge a couple of them, but we did all right.
And Logan's ready for his second birthday.
Yes, he is. I can't believe it. Like, I woke up this morning, I thought it was
Terrible
Friday.
twos.
Yeah, oh yeah, and it's starting a little bit. He's being more vocal now. Like, he'll try to get up on the couch and he'll just like, I'm like, do you need help? And he goes, yeah. And then I'll help him up, everything like that. He'll sit next to me on his little tablet. I'll be on my tablet, and we'll just be going to town on him. And he's moving. So
good.
Yeah.
Before we kick things off, Patrick said in our chat here that his favorite Dale Jr. download episode was the Jerry Glanville one as well. It's a really awesome episode. As I look at my phone to see the Bruins up 4-0 on the Rangers right now, which is always great.
Speaking of which, did you see that the Draisaitl goal on the hat trick, the pass that McDavid did?
No, you all sent that. I think I was sleeping when y'all sent that.
They were skating in. He passed it through his own legs, through the defender's legs. Draisaitl gets it right on the stick and goes right through the 5-hole on the goaltender, Matt Murray, who they kept in for like all 7 goals, which was pretty crazy if you ask me.
Yeah, it's usually not good for a goalie's confidence to keep him in there that long.
He must have done something wrong in the organization.
Yeah, I'd agree. All right, Ryan, let's recap Las Vegas. Let's make as many gambling references as you can, because I know that you just are dying to do it.
You know what? I was thinking all day at work, how can I throw these references in at the show tonight?
Yeah, let's get into it. Gas and go. Here we go.
Yep.
Gas and go. It's where we recap the past race weekend, and of course, as I just said, that the last race weekend was from Las Vegas. Friday night we had the Camping World Truck Series in action, which I think the last couple weeks I've been saying Gander Truck Series, and it's not that anymore. John Hunter Nemechek getting his first win for Kyle Busch Motorsports, and impressive. He pretty much dominated the second half of that race, and he dominated a lot of the opening half too. It was a KBM day for sure.
Yes, he did. I'm having a little trouble here with my tablet. But yeah, really quickly too about that. The restarts at Vegas were incredible in all 3 series this weekend. The truckers were going 4, sometimes 5 wide, not lifting off the throttle. An incredible race all the way around. And like you said, John Hunter Nemechek. I questioned the move for him to go over to KBM, but hey, it's proven me wrong right now. What a good call by him to get out of the Cup car, go finish some unfinished business in the Truck Series.
They're already as close to as many wins as they had last year.
Yeah, oh yeah.
He squeaked it out from his boss there at the end, and I really shouldn't even say squeaked it out because I don't think anyone really questioned who was going to win that truck race there at the end, even with Kyle Busch right behind him. Speaking of Kyle Busch, there was some controversy in this one.
Ah, yes.
Green flag is out, and Kyle Busch got a tire going down. And he saves it, and by the way, Austin Dillon and Michael Waltrip in the booth. That was... Austin Dillon's pretty good up there in the booth.
They had some good chemistry.
Yeah. So, at about 160 miles an hour, 170 miles an hour coming through the tri-oval, Kyle Busch saves it, goes down to the apron. You figure, well, he's probably going to have he's probably going to have to pit. He's going to be a lap or two down, but he'll get a couple cautions to get back. Well, they get through 1 and 2, and he spins it on the backstretch, going maybe 80, 90 miles an hour.
I would say that.
And brought out the caution. And I have to ask, on purpose or not on purpose?
I say on purpose. I mean, we've seen it before, obviously, with the whole... I hate bringing this up at Richmond with Clint Boyer when he said his arm was hurting and then he spun out the car.
His arm
and
was
he
itching.
saved it. Our favorite driver there, AJ Dale Jr., did that a time or two, and yeah, you can definitely tell. You can definitely tell when it's on purpose and when it's not on purpose. And unfortunately, I hate to say it, Friday night was one of those, like, I'm angry, I'm mad, I'm going to spin out, I'm going to get right back up there, and I'm going to contend for this win.
And he did. He did exactly that. The only problem
the radio contact between him and his crew chief was
I did not hear that. I did not hear that.
Oh, yeah, it was pretty funny. They FS1 played a little sample of it, though, which was pretty funny.
So, I guess I don't really have a problem with him doing it on purpose. I mean, it's happened before. It's strategy, I guess, is what it really is. The only problem I have is, you mentioned Dale Jr., Clint Boyer. They were fine following those incidents. In Clint Boyer's case, out of the playoffs, really.
Yep.
Nothing on Kyle. And he had that interview with Bob Pockrass there after the race where, Bob asked the question of, do you want to take us through that or explain to us what happened there? And he's like, nope. And just ended it there. And the way he said it, he did it on purpose.
Bob asked those hard answer questions. So I noticed that too with Bob when he asked when he asked the question. So
I mean, he's got to ask the question. Someone had to have.
He's good at Bob's good at what he does. Most of the beat writers that we follow are good at what they do.
And Ryan, if you didn't get it from that, you got it from Austin Dillon saying it's amazing that he saved it doing 160 or 170, but then loses it when he's going slower than he was significantly on a straightaway.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. I definitely, like I said, we may not be the Dillon supporters, but man, I think the guy's got something in the booth, man. Him and Michael Waltrip had that chemistry where they played off each other, and that's what you need in the booth. Gordon and Boyer are getting there, but yeah, like I said,
I love Boyer and Gordon.
I do.
When the three of them all go whoa, something just happened on the track that was pretty big.
Yep. Well, yeah, like I said, Dylan's got a future in the broadcast booth.
Oh, for sure. Overall, good truck race. Truck series has been pretty solid so far this year. Different winner, or no, not different winners. Close to different winners, I guess. Ben Rhodes the first two.
Right.
But it's John Hunter winning is good. It's showing that decision that he made earlier in the season is already paying off, like you said, Ryan.
I thought the truck series was the best race of the weekend. Granted, I did miss most of the Xfinity. I did catch the final stage of the Xfinity race, but like I said, the restarts, you had 4 or 5 wide back in the pack. The racing back of the pack was amazing on Friday night.
Yeah, this weekend just made me think about how much I really love the racing from Las Vegas.
Yep.
Your stage winners in this one. First stage was John Hunter Nemechek. Second stage was Kyle Busch. And your race winner was, of course, John Hunter Nemechek. Your top five, John Hunter Nemechek, Kyle Busch, Austin Hill, Stuart Friesen, and Matt Crafton. Ryan's pick last week. He won that one.
All right.
Your standings following Las Vegas are John Hunter Nemechek, Ben Rhodes, Sheldon Creed, Matt Crafton, Chandler Smith, Stuart Friesen, Grant Infinger, Todd Gilliland, Johnny Sauter, Carson Hochshaver?
I think they're saying it Hochshaver.
Okay, well,
I mean,
we're just going to change it every week at this point.
Yes, until I can get on the broadcast and hear them how they pronounce it.
I struggle with that one so hard.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There's a lot of consonants in there and not a lot of vowels.
He's from Michigan, so you could say Carson, Michigan.
That works.
I mean, he's out where Tony went to school out there.
I'm gonna have to look up the phonetic spelling of that here at some point. Next race for the Truck Series isn't for another couple weeks. It's in Atlanta, March 20th on FS1. The Xfinity Series, Ryan.
Yes.
AJ Allmendinger with the emotional win there at the end when he got out of the car. Just shows, one, AJ Allmendinger can win at 1.5 miles, which should be dangerous for the rest of the field. Number two, it just shows how much that team supports each other. Between the drivers and the executive personnel, the crews on the teams.
Ownership.
It's just they're all just so close knit. And when one of them wins, you would think all of them won. I thought there at the end, was it Justin Haley who came up?
Yep.
Next to Allmendinger? I thought they were all going to do burnouts together.
That'd have been pretty sweet.
But yeah, it was it was a really good win by Allmendinger. I thought he had the best car at that later half. He just needed to get up in the lead, which he did. Xfinity race was solid. It was just like the Truck Series race. I thought it was really good.
Yeah, like we've said, I think we say that about it all weekend, like how crazy the restarts were. But I want to touch on the AJ Allmendinger. We're at my mom's house to pick up Logan, and I'm like, Mom, do you mind turning on the race? And she's like, No, not at all. And he got it. He won the race and all that. And Mom's like, Why is he bound praying on the car? And I'm like, well, I'm like the guy who won the race, AJ Allmendinger. Had a problem back in the day. He got cleaned up, got back in the car, everything like that, and got was doing broadcasting. Was only in that car part time. Matt Collig, the great owner that Matt Collig is, I think he's one of the best owners in all the sport right now. That guy puts so much heart and effort into his teams, as AJ just mentioned. But to see that emotion. To say, hey, we believe in you, and not knowing that he was going to get ever a chance to do full time, whether it's in the Trucks Xfinity Cup or another form of racing. Now he's getting that opportunity, and AJ is going to shine with this moment.
Yeah, you bring up a really good point with AJ Allmendinger being a part time last year and then moving to that full time role this year. He's in the playoffs, something that he hasn't been in the Xfinity Series yet before, and. Like I said, if he can start winning consistently at 1.5 mile tracks, you might have your favorite for the championship. Entering Phoenix in
I think I already picked him.
Several months. Mm-hmm. You might have. I don't remember who you picked, but you might have picked him.
I can look it up right now on my friend Mr. Tablet here.
So
I still have yet to give the tablet a name. I need to give a tablet a name. Yep. Xfinity champ, AJ Allmendinger.
Look at you. What a guy.
Look at that.
You're already one step there, being that you picked, he's already in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, there was a segment later in the race or actually it's kind of earlier on, I guess, where Ryan Seed cut down a tire coming through the tri-oval, gets the car stuck up in the grass, and completely tears the splitter off the car. They're pretty much done for the day. He ran without a splitter for the rest of the race, or valence, or whatever you want to call it now. Ryan, echo your statement again for everyone, please.
why can't tracks go to this artificial surface? I mean, they're cutting up the grass is what they're doing, and they're destroying these good race cars. I mean,
The damn splitter looked like a machete stuck in the infield.
not saying maybe Ryan Sieg would have won that race, but he would have had a better finish, though, if this was the synthetic grass.
Yeah, I mean, he was running in the top 15, I believe, when it happened. It just so unfortunate. Tire troubles were an issue pretty much all weekend long, I thought.
Yeah.
And that's that part there. Just so unfortunate that he goes through the grass and tears it up.
I hope that in the off season, or even during this season, that when they come to these tracks for a second time, or even first time, hey, this infield, hey, let's do something with this grass. I mean, granted, yeah, grass, it looks nice, it smells good when it's freshly cut for some people.
Or get rid of the damn splitter.
Yeah, get rid of the splitter or get rid of the grass, one of the two. Real quick, I want to throw out a shout-out. I don't know if we're going to talk about this individual, but how about Santino Ferrucci? Finished 13th. I think this is his second or third Xfinity start.
Yeah, he had a great run.
Yep, he ran in the IndyCar. I know Dale Jr. fell in love with him during the Indy 500 when first year NBC did it. But yeah, a top 15 finish, 13th. Learning a lot in these cars, which is nice to see.
Yeah,
sure. And then Connor Daly too on the sorry AJ. Friday in the Truck Series, another IndyCar guy. He had a hard wreck on Friday, but
didn't end well the way they wanted, and they were pretty. They were up there for a little bit, yeah. But yeah, just tough break for them, like you said.
Exactly. Nice to see too that the Indy guys are coming over to the NASCAR, and some of the NASCAR guys are trying out the IndyCar. It's cool to see.
It is. I agree with you. Later on in the race, Ty Dillon gets into an incident, and I think the guy who's had no worse luck this season, Riley Herbst, gets involved. And into another incident that's not his own, takes him out of the race. Just so tough for that team right now.
Yeah, no luck for Herbst at all.
And it kind of, Ryan, it stretches back as far as last season. Riley's just been really struggling here.
Yeah.
In the Xfinity Series.
Yeah, he ran great in the ARCA cars. That's why he got this opportunity. Ran decent in the trucks. Now I just can't find that luck.
No, the Golden Horseshoe is nowhere near that car.
No, it's not.
Stage winners, Ryan. First stage, Austin Cindric, who ended up cutting a tire and did not spin out to bring out a caution. He actually got lucky because there was a caution. I believe the seed caution was about 2 or 3 laps later after he had to come down to pit. So, worked out for them. They win stage 1. Daniel Hemrick wins stage 2. Race winner was A.J. Allmendinger. Your top 5, A.J. Allmendinger, Daniel Hemrick, Brandon Jones, Austin Cindric, and Noah Gragson. And your standings following Phoenix are Austin Cindric, A.J. Allmendinger, Daniel Hemrick, Myatt Snyder, Brandon Jones, Jeb Burton, Justin Haley, Harrison Burton, Jeremy Clements, Brandon Brown, Noah Gragson, Michael Annett. Round out your top 12. Next race for the Xfinity Series is at Phoenix this Saturday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern on FS1.
It's a short race too, only 200 kilometers. Excuse me.
What's a kilometer?
I'm not good with kilometers, so
we don't use that here.
No.
Moving on to the Cup Series, Ryan.
Yep.
Young Money, Kyle Larson, wins in only his 4th race with Hendrick Motorsports. Gives Hendrick Motorsports the back-to-back weekend victories. Man? Or was it the 5th race? Might have been the 5th race.
This is the 4th race. It was the 4th race.
Yeah, okay, so the 4th race. Yeah. I don't know why I struggled with that right there.
Yeah. Hendrick's won 2 out of 4.
Hendrick has won 2 out of 4. Awesome to see Larson being able to win, especially with the uncertainty of what the offseason had brought him. Undersponsored would be the best word to say for that car. And Hendrick Motorsports flexing the muscle early in the season. It's good to see. It was good to see all around. And then he had that moment in victory lane with Bubba Wallace coming up to him and congratulating him. That was awesome to see. That's kind of maybe a healing moment, if you will.
I think so too. But yeah, definitely a healing moment. And you've seen it too. Denny Hamlin squirting a water bottle at him. William Byron was one of the first guys when he in victory lane congratulating him. Even in the post race interview, Brad Keselowski running across the infield grass, which should be synthetic, by the way. I'm going to point that out again.
The machete of Ryan Sieg's car was taken out by that point.
Yeah. He ran out. Brad went out there to congratulate him. I'm going to touch on it real quickly. Kyle Larson, no, he made a mistake. He's apologized for it. He's done everything that NASCAR, and he's doing stuff that he wants to do with what had happened. I appreciate it. It was an emotional win for him. You can definitely tell. I do believe that team is going to catch fire.
Yeah, and he's got some great tracks coming up, like we've been saying week in, week out here. Just tracks that he's going to be really good at.
Yep.
You know,
Bristol Dirt.
Bristol Dirt. You've got Atlanta coming up here in a couple weeks. It's all tracks that fit the way Larson drives.
Yep.
The burnout on the backstretch, which I don't know if it ever actually came out what he was doing on the backstretch with the burnout, but I believe it was Mike Joy or Jeff Gordon who said he's probably got some family or friends back there in the motorhome lot. I'm sure it was a relief on Larson and that team, and Cliff Daniels getting his first win as a crew chief. It was really cool to see this weekend. And I know what happened last year was absolutely awful and should never happen. But to see him go through the process he has to try to right his own ship, going through all the different negativities that come with it, and being able to go out there, proving people he can still do it, proving people he can win in the Hendrick car. Speaking of Hendrick, they've got a really good shot this weekend coming up of going back to back to back.
Yep.
So
I said it on our season preview extravaganza that I thought Hendrick cars were going to be dominant this year, win multiple races, and 2 out of 4 ain't bad if you ask me. So
no, and the field's on notice, Ryan.
Yep, all 4 cars looked good on Sunday too. You had William Byron leading. I thought, and this is something too. Like Byron takes the lead. I'm like, okay, see if he can pull away. I like this rules package. The leader couldn't pull away, even though as much as I wanted him to. But another story for another time. But unfortunately, at the end, it was pit strategies that gave Larson that 3-second lead. Excuse me.
Yeah, and they had kind of a slow stop there at the end there, and still managed to get out in front. Or not a slow stop. They got caught up not being able to come to pit road.
Yep.
And it slowed them down a little bit, and still to come out with a 3-second lead, it was pretty good. Ryan, you mentioned William Byron leading there. He had all of the front bumper of the 9 car right there for 4 laps into it, 3 laps into it.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
I thought the 9 had the best car for the first 80 laps of that race. Got passed eventually by Keselowski in stage 1 at stage end, but I thought we were going to be celebrating the 9 win. I was going to celebrate 5 points on our picks, and nope, not to be. I'm sorry, I did not pick Chase. I picked Logano, but
Yep.
Yeah, I thought we were going to be celebrating back-to-back weeks. Not that we aren't this time, but I thought our drivers were going to go back-to-back there.
Yes, I thought so too. Like I said, all the Hendrick guys ran good. Unfortunately, I think Bowman cut down a tire very late in the final 10 to 15 laps. I thought, he cut down a tire. But like I said, all four of these cars have led laps this year.
Ryan,
have shown speed.
You mentioned Alex Bowman and how he blew a tire. Did you see when he was trying to come to pit road? Anthony Alfredo was down on the bottom, full speed running the bottom as Bowman's trying to turn down, and Bowman was wearing the helmet cam, and you see how quick that car was approaching him, and it flew by him.
It scared Sarah too. She's like, "Ooh." Speaking, I'm gonna touch on the Kyle Larson thing for a moment here about the wife, and she's like, "Oh, cool, Kyle Larson won," and I'm like, "Yeah, you know that number?" And she's like, "Yeah." Take that body or the number and the decals off and put a LI 48 on there. That's the cars it was.
Yeah.
She's like,
yeah.
She's like, get out of here. And I'm like, yeah. I'm gonna touch on that a little bit later.
That's Ryan. That's really what it was because I believe it was Brett Griffin on Door Bumper Clear this week, and I might be wrong about that, but he said that. He was pretty sure Larson was destined for that 48 ride. Had what happened didn't happen. And what they did was they basically just rebranded the car to be the 5 and not the 48.
Yep.
And they just moved the 88 number off and put a 48 on it. Or took off an 8 and put a 4 in front of it.
Kind of -4, there you go.
Yeah, so this is really the 48 team of last year. And already having to win after being winless for 3 years there.
Yeah, and I seen some people on I think it was either Twitter or one of the Facebook pages asking why didn't Jimmy win? Why didn't Jimmy win? Maybe his style didn't fit Daniel's, but Larson's does. Maybe being a 7-time champ. Maybe thinking he didn't have anything left to prove.
I think a lot of it, Ryan, had to do with a wreck he had at, I think, Pocono when his brakes failed going into the turn.
Yep.
And it seemed like after that, it was just downhill for that team. I think there was a video on YouTube I watched about that not too long ago, actually. And it kind of opened my eyes to, damn, that's right. He really wasn't Jimmy after that.
Yep.
But
I did see a video of him testing in the IndyCar. Looks good. Looks really good.
Yeah, even though his fire suit has caused some controversy among the NASCAR world.
Why is that?
It's the cut on the pant. It's a boot cut instead of like the full leg.
Oh. Right,
so
right.
it's been causing quite a stir.
Gotcha.
A lot of people have just been having fun with him, like Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott,
of course.
Boyer. But yeah, so we mentioned Chase Elliott. He was strong early. He had a pit stop there on the competition caution, I believe. First off, pulls into the box and is stuck behind Anthony Alfredo, so that they're already at a disadvantage. And when the jack was dropped, it dropped right on the side skirt, pushing the side skirt up.
Yep.
They eventually repaired it a couple laps later, or a couple cautions later. And just after that, it seemed like a struggle to get back to the front. I don't know if it was maybe the right call to fix that side skirt because he was still running up front even after that. But it just such an unfortunate outcome. There in the later stage, he was trying to, work his way back up to the front and unfortunately spun trying to do too much, I thought.
Yep.
And just an unfortunate day for them. It hasn't been quite the best season to start with, besides the second place finish in the 500. But we talked about the Bowman and Anthony Alfredo close incident. How about Eric Almirola cutting down a tire and pounding the outside wall?
Yeah, he's had no luck this year either. It seems like it started at Daytona, being involved in that lap 15 wreck. Homestead had problem running with Ryan Blaney, and now what happened at Vegas? Something's going to give for this 9 and 10 car. I mean, if you're playing blackjack, 19's a good hand to have.
Yeah, here we go again. Damn it.
Yep.
Stage winners this one. First stage, Brad Keselowski, and second and third stages was Kyle Larson. And it's funny because I believe it was Jeff Gordon said on the broadcast that the winner of Stage 2 is the favorite to win the race.
Yep.
Well, sure enough, that's exactly what happened. Playoff standings at this point, Ryan. Denny,
do the top 5?
I will do the top 5 after this.
Oh, okay.
Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell, Brad Keselowski, Chase Elliott, Michael McDowell, William Byron, Joey Logano, Kevin Harvick, Martin Truex Jr., Kurt Busch, Chris Buescher, Kyle Busch, Austin Dillon, Ryan Blaney, Ryan Preece, rounding out your top 16. Top 5 for Las Vegas was Kyle Larson, Brad Keselowski, Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, and Ryan Blaney. Good to see the 12 car, Ryan Blaney, being back up in the top 10, or top 5. I believe Sunday was the first time that team even cracked the top 10 so far this season.
I know we were talking about this gentleman last week, Matt D. Matt D was at a decent run. He ended up cutting down a tire too, same with the 48 car, and he posted a tweet about it, and he wasn't very pleased.
No, he wasn't. He apologized for it later.
Yeah, yep, and he apologized about it a few minutes later, or a few hours, an hour or two later. He's like, guys, I shouldn't have said what I did. I'm just not having luck right now. You can definitely tell with that first tweet. I had mentioned it last week about the pressure that he's under. You can tell it's getting to him.
Yeah, he's feeling it for sure.
Yep. Unfortunately, like we said, though, it's the nature of the beast.
Another team with no luck this year, it seems.
Yep.
Next race for the Cup Series is Phoenix this Sunday, 3:30 p.m. Eastern on Fox. Ryan, you got your weather update and post-race penalties?
There was, I think, 5 crews with the lug nut violation. Cole Custer will be missing his crew chief this weekend at Phoenix.
Yes, they did not have 2 lug nuts secure.
Yeah. I'm trying to get my weather report up. Weather Phoenix Raceway. For, let's see, Saturday for the Xfinity Series, 63 and partly cloudy. Sunday, Cup race, 74 and sunny.
Oh, just wait. NASCAR's in town. There's going to be rain in the desert.
I actually, good thing there's no truck race Friday night.
Oh, why is it raining? Okay.
Scattered showers. Apparently, it's raining at Phoenix Raceway right now.
Hey, it's greening the track up. Ready for rubber to be laid down.
Yes, it is.
All right, let's go to Tire Rub, Ryan.
All right.
Left side. Pull this left rear fender out, left side.
Tire Rub's where we go over the news of the week. Not a busy news week for the most part, but we got some articles to go over. Nashville Mayor John Cooper signs a letter of intent to renovate Nashville Fairgrounds, which is big because, as you know, Ryan, Dale Jr. has been a big speaker for Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway to come back, and this has taken a step in that direction. Now they have the ability to be able to start renovating the racetrack, putting the safe walls in, and things of that nature. So really big updates there. They could have a cup date coming up, huh?
What goes away if Nashville does it?
I don't know. Why not add a 37th race?
Why not?
That's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
I don't know what track would lose a date. I mean, who knows? They might end up taking away one Atlanta. I don't know.
Pocono.
We've both been big on that one for a while now.
Yes, we have.
Very big on it. I don't know because it's hard because they, Kentucky not being there.
Yeah.
Chicagoland not being there.
Yep.
Auto Club wasn't on there this year, and they're moving to a short track. I do like the movement of more short tracks being added.
I do too.
But I don't know what track would lose a date. It might be one that surprises you.
I could see that happening.
Maybe they eliminate one of the road courses depending on what happens this year.
I'm excited for COTA. I really am watching that test, man. So
a couple more weeks, man.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, like I said, it's just going to be interesting though. Like, I mean, with the schedule changing and everything like that, what are they going to do? 1 year you get 2 races, 1 year you get 1 race, 1 year you don't get a race. It's almost to that point where it's going to happen because, like you said, Kentucky doesn't have a race. Kentucky's going to try to get back on there to get another race out there.
Yeah,
I mean, it is. I mean, it's crazy.
It is because you can't really have a revolving door of tracks every year. That's how you lose a ton of revenue out of that.
Yep.
But
I mean, just think right now with MIS only having the 1 race out there, how much money that brings in for the both race weekends. Plus, there's a country festival they got out there, Faster Horses. Those 3 weekends alone, right in, generate so much money to that economy out there, and it's sad to see only one race out there this year.
Yeah, and for you, who generally tries to go both races every year.
I've been going. I missed one. There was 1 year I only went to one, but it sucks. A lot of my fans and friends on Facebook on there's an infield. Even though I've never been to the infield, I just like they've got good posts that we like to talk about and everything like that. And there's so many people that are so angry about it. They're like, I reserved my June, but I didn't get it because of the whole new schedule. They couldn't wait till this year or the following year to change it and make the changes to the schedule. I'm like,
well, I mean, a lot of the schedule this year had to do with what's going on in the world right now. So,
yep.
Next year is when you really see a shakeup, I think, in the schedule.
Oh, nice shot.
Ryan getting distracted by the hockey game.
yeah, the Red Wing game I got on TV right now. But no, like I said, I just think that they should have waited till. I mean, granted, you had the whole pandemic, everything like that, but it's very, very, very interesting to see. And then, like you said, if Nashville gets added to it, that might be worth a trip down there.
Yeah.
Not that far of a drive.
Nope, not at all. The other news article I have here, Ryan, is NASCAR is to look at the intentional spins after Kyle Busch's truck race incident in Las Vegas. Scott Miller was on SiriusXM, and he had a quote here that said, having a flat tire and trying to get back to the pit road is not an excuse to spin out. So, I understand cracking down on it. I just don't understand why a fine didn't happen, just because we've seen it happen before and drivers almost get fined immediately.
Oh, yeah.
In this scenario, it didn't quite happen like that. I was just curious about that. Not that I don't understand why he did it. Would I say I'd do it myself? Probably.
I'm sure I'd try. Oh, man, I got a tire going down.
But it just...
To the right.
It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense as to why we're just going to look into it instead of saying, okay, you know what, we're docking you this many owner points and we're docking you X amount of dollars.
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, like you said, and here's my thing too. How are they going to judge whether you spin intentionally or you don't spin intentionally?
Well, that one was kind of hard not to see.
Oh, I mean, obviously, yeah, you saw that because you see him jerking the wheel back and forth, and yep, there it goes.
It was either to get the tire carcass out there on the track to cause a debris caution or to spin out.
Yep.
So, all right, social media, Ryan. We're moving right along now.
Yeah, we are. We're getting our rear ends kicked at the table.
Social media update. We are up to 2,546 downloads, 384 followers on Twitter, 83 likes on Facebook, 24 subscribers on YouTube. New follower shoutouts this week include at Barney Flagman, at NR2003 Offline, at Farmentino_Ryan, and at King Larson with a 5 on Twitter. Thank you all for the follow. Thanks for tuning in and all that good stuff.
Yes, indeedy.
Podcast shows this week include the Lap Traffic Podcast, PTM Racing Podcast, 3 Wide NASCAR Podcast with EG3, the Side Draft Podcast, and the Final Lap Weekly. Places you can find us on Podbean, iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio. Trying to think of more, if there's any more.
Did you say Spotify?
I said Spotify. You can ask Alexa to play us on your smart devices there. Also, make sure you put that in your search bar, Loose Lugs Podcast, and subscribe, follow, turn on that notification bell, so this way you get notified every time we upload new content. And so you can hear Ryan say ding.
Ding.
And another ding.
And another ding.
On Twitter, we are at Lugs Podcast. You can tweet us about the show using the hashtag LugsPod, and on Facebook in your search bar, the Loose Lugs podcast. Normally this is where we go over our personals, but because I've already been stating that I use the podcast page to pretty much tweet everything out. Ryan, what is your personal Twitter handle?
rrancola88.
Very good, my friend. It is time for your rant.
All right, guys. I hope everybody enjoyed the slot machines at the Vegas Motor Speedway there, placing your bets as we get down on it.
Oh my God, this is the rant you're giving.
Anyways, I do have a rant. Fox does a great job broadcasting races, everything like that. But guess what, everybody? We know what Las Vegas is. We know it's the gambling capital of the world. You don't need to tell us 40 times. We're rolling the dice. We're staying out there. Or we're letting it ride. Or we're doubling down. We know that.
All right, you hit the over. Congratulations.
Yeah, exactly. Move on. Let's worry about the race. Okay, if somebody does do that, like the shot in the darks, like the Quinn Half, maybe he's not a lap down. They decide to roll the dice and let it ride out there. Let them do that, and then you can say it. Not for a team like a Kyle Busch, a Chase Elliott, or Kyle Larson's team who won. No, come on, guys. I mean, we know we're at Vegas. Yeah, we know you're trying to add the entertainment value, but there was plenty of entertainment on that track this past weekend. And yes, I can't believe tomorrow I will have a 2-year-old.
Threw it all in there, Ryan.
I must have, yes.
Ryan's pissed off at the gambling references while he makes them during the entire show. Got it. Noted.
But Ryan can do that on the show. I mean, I understand. Here's my thing, too. I understand that sports betting now is legal in most states. Why not throw that out there on the broadcast?
Well, you can win Clint's money.
Well, I guess a lot of people
I'm
are winning
getting so tired of hearing that update.
Yeah, but but the problem is that when they're winning Clint's money, you're splitting $10,000 with 100 other people, so you're only getting about $90. Yeah. Woo-hoo.
Hey, it's still money.
Yeah, touche. Good point.
It's still money. All right, Ryan. White flag. Here we go.
Tight, keep working the mirrors. In line with you, coming to the white. Only two.
White flag, where we predict the upcoming race weekend. And this weekend we are in Phoenix.
That's right.
Phoenix, ISM Raceway, Phoenix International Raceway, whatever you want to call it. That's where we're at this weekend. I won last week 2-1 with the Xfinity Series pick of Brandon Jones and the Cup Series pick of Joey Logano. Ryan won the Truck Series with his pick of Matt Crafton. I currently lead our season standings by a score of 12-11. I get to go first this week. Ryan in the Xfinity Series, I've got to go with Ty Gibbs.
All right. He's back in the car this weekend. See how he does at Phoenix, as you pronounced it. I am going to go the 7 of Justin Allgaier.
7 of Justin Allgaier on the Cup Series. Ryan, this is my slam dunk homer pick.
Yep.
Picking the 9, Chase Elliott.
I knew you were going to pick the 9. That's who I had. I had the shirt on today at work while listening to the podcast, by the way, at work. Another shout out at work.
A self-plug on the Loose Lugs podcast for the Loose Lugs podcast.
I'm going to roll the dice.
Self-funded team.
Man, we're not at Phoenix, or we're not at Vegas, man. I thought I was going to roll the dice. But no, give me the 18 of Kyle Busch.
Kyle Busch to end this weird drought he's in. Sort of.
And I'll tell you something, too, about Kyle. If you notice something, when we have gone to just getting out there and driving, there's, it takes a minute for that car to come in. But he had a top 5 finish. I think maybe this is the track where he can turn his season around.
No practice is killing that team.
Yes, it is. Yes. It's killing a couple teams, but you see these other teams, for example, right now the Hendrick cars look good. Keselowski looks good at times. There's another team out there that's been the 11 team has been running pretty good too.
Ryan, I'm shocked that we're going to Phoenix and neither one of us picked Kevin Harvick.
Yeah. I do have a dark horse pick.
I do as well. Go ahead with yours.
No, you won first, so.
Oh, okay. I'm going with the 43 of Eric Jones.
Okay, good one. I got the guy that's on my shirt right now, the 24.
Picking the 24 for his dark horse.
Yep. really quickly, too, I looked at something, you know how we do all these power rankings now? I know hockey's got power rankings, basketball.
It's all a crock of shit.
I'm getting to that. We have the NASCAR on NBC's power rankings. Number 1, who do you think number 1 is?
Number 1's probably Denny Hamlin.
Good answer. Who is number 2?
So far, I'd probably say Brad Kay.
Nope, it was William Byron.
Hey, attaboy.
That's right. Now, here's my question to ask you. How is Denny Hamlin number 1 in this power ranking? I know Byron got taken out lap 15. Don't get me started on that. And struggled at the road course. But has led laps, a lot of laps at Homestead, won the race, and was leading and had a good top 5 car.
Chase has still led a lap in every race so far this season.
I understand that. William Byron would have led a lap in the Daytona 500 if Kyle Busch didn't shove Eric Jones into Eric Almirola and all hell break loose.
Oh, here we go, blaming Kyle Busch for that wreck again, huh?
Oh, I'm blaming everybody on that wreck. 15 laps into the Daytona 500, guys.
Ryan, do not overlook the fact that Denny Hamlin is the points leader right now.
I understand that, but
how do you not put the points leader number 1?
I don't know. It's like, why put the Lions in the top 20?
Because, I mean, there's 19 other teams that are better.
Actually, there's more than 19 other teams that are better than them right now. Just the figures speak right now. But no, I just maybe the average finish too. I get it, but I don't know. Rudy's done something with his team.
He won a ton of stages so far too. Denny Hamlin has.
Byron's won a couple.
I know, but you're asking why Denny Hamlin's up there. I'm just trying to.
I'm
just trying to tell you.
It grinds my gears, man. I want to lay it down and let it ride.
Jeez, I'm starting the outro music.
Oh man,
you were killing me with these gambling references.
Well, until we meet again.
Hit him.
Till we see you at the tables. I mean, until we see you at the track, guys.
Until we see you at the slot machines.
Come on now. I'm seeing you at the track, guys. Enjoy Phoenix.
Phoenix, yes, sir. Thanks, Patrick, for coming out in the chat and talking with us here a little bit on the live stream. Thank you for tuning in. Even if you didn't comment, appreciate you for coming along for the ride. Thank you to everyone who tuned in on all the different podcast platforms we're on. That's it. We're out. It's Phoenix time. Back to the track that number 9 won a championship at last year.
Desert riding.
Ryan will see you at the poker tables. I won't, because we're not going gambling. But we'll see you next week. We're out.